Well, I just got up to Ludington. It's about a 3-hour drive from my place, and it's, of course, severe clear again. We seem to get two kinds of weather in Michigan, and that's 10-10 cloudiness or severe clear. I was really hoping for a little bit of some clouds tonight. It's not looking good at the moment. And it's windy as fuck. I mean, it's a wind out of the west, and I was a northbound road most of the time. Took a little bit of left rudder to keep her straight quite a bit of the way. So it's something out there. We'll see if I can turn this sideways. So there it is. Maybe you can see, maybe you can't. Every once in a while the waves are breaking over this wall of ice right out in front. I don't think it's going to be unsafe to go out on the pier or anywhere. So I'm not sure what this evening's photo shoot's going to turn into, or if it'll even materialize at all. But I'm here all weekend. Maybe I can get out, find some shots somewhere, even if I don't come right back here to downtown Ludington and the Ludington lighthouse. But we shall see. We're going to keep our fingers crossed. I'm camping this weekend at Ludington State Park, and a big group of folks meeting up there, so we'll see what happens. So this is home for the weekend. It's pretty breezy up here, but I think I got in a nice little stand of trees. Should be blocking the wind all right. Hopefully there's no dead men hanging up high gonna come get me. So that's sort of it. Nothing fancy, just got my hammock and a tarp, and this is going to be it. Today's Friday, leaving Sunday morning, so that's the plan. So last night was a dud for taking pictures. I did take my camera for a nice walk, but didn't even bother getting it out. The wind was so terrible, and there wasn't a cloud in the sky, so it was a bit lame. And so I just gave up. It's not critical that I get good pictures, or any pictures, I guess. So I just didn't feel like fighting it. Had a good night in the old hammock last night. It's quite mild. It only got down to 32, which is 0 Celsius. Pretty mild night last night. Still windy, but not bad. And excuse me. Today is similar. It's windy, but not as windy as yesterday. So I'll be able to go down and take some pictures at sunset. I went downtown Ludington, had a lunch, and drove by the Badger and apparently the Spartan, are two ferry boats that go across Lake Michigan. I take that back. I don't think the Spartan's in use anymore, just the Badger. But one of these days I'd like to take that, simply because I've never done it. And my grandpa used to take it to get over to Wisconsin back in the day, so it'd be kind of a neat thing to do. Anyway, so again, last night, dud for pictures. Today, crap for pictures. And tonight, we'll see if I can get something. So here I am down at the beach, and I got these groins here that I'm actually gonna walk across the top of this groin to get out to the ice. As you can see down here, there's a little bit of water, and that ice is pretty sketchy. So I'm just going to go across the top of this groin, get out to the ice piles out there, and see if I can make some photos. So you see that dark spot is my footprint. That's where apparently a lot of what you see out here is just slush. I went in up to my knee, and it's wet. Here's my foot. You can see it. Anyway, that's one cold and wet foot I have. So yeah, so this is no place to be wandering around apparently. But I'm still going to try and get a shot as long as I'm already here and soaking wet. And I just won't venture out any further than I currently am. So yeah, like I said, just went in up to my knee. Not super stoked about that, because thankfully I have another pair of pants in the car and warm socks and another pair of boots and everything. But yeah, the old right foot is pretty chilly right now. that's that. We'll get these back into the computer at home tomorrow. I'm going to stay another night here in Ludington. There's a hammock hang going on. I don't know if I mentioned that earlier. So that's the main reason I'm up here, is to do a little winter hammock camping with some like-minded folks. And so I'm going to head back to the campfire, put on some dry socks and dry boots, dry pants. And like I said, we'll get these pictures home and see what they turn into. But it is pretty here. It's just hard to make it. It's just because it's pretty to look at doesn't make it necessarily photogenic. Kind of like me. So I'm just doing the best I can with the limited skills I have. So here's a raw image, and honestly, the composition just wasn't there as shot. So I ended up using that Fibonacci spiral for the crop, and I think it ended up working pretty well. I did all the black and white in Capture One, and then moved into Photoshop for some dodging and burning, etc. with Lumenzia. Now on this second photo here, this exposure is an averaged exposure from a handheld meter. After highlighting the highlights and then the shadows, I took the average, threw that number into photo pills because I had 13 stops of ND filters on there, and this is just sort of what I came up with. Shadows look a little dark, but we were able to pull those out and turn it into a pretty decent photo, I thought. Pretty happy with this one.